Good evening, everyone. Today we will start with our lesson with Adobe Lightroom. So, Adobe Lightroom basically is one of the applications that is owned by Adobe, and it's a purely image editing application used by photographers most of the time, and like one of the, you can say, uh, favorite applications of different photographers. So today we will go through with the interface of the Adobe Lightroom, and also we'll see what uh, topics options we have over here, what features it offers, and what are different kind of uh, like features and options over here. Now, first let's talk about when you open Adobe Lightroom. Whenever you open Adobe Lightroom, you will see this screen and you will see most of these options on the top. The one that you should be more interested right now should be the library, okay? Because library is where you can get all your like images and everything and import inside Adobe Lightroom. So to work on any photograph, you have to first import it. Once it is imported, then you will be able to work on it, okay? Now here is the library. You just first have to click on the library. These arrows, small arrows that you will see, is just to show you different options, okay? To close, to open options, or to enhance the screen and all those things, okay? So you can close these, you can open them, but I will keep them open so I can show you around, okay? Now here we have scroll bar. If you will see over here, if you have a lot of options open right now, they all are closed. If they are open, this will be activated. You can scroll up and down. Now first thing, on the left side we have here navigator, catalog, folder, collections, and publish services. So let's go one by one to these, and we will see what are they and what do they do. First thing is the navigator. If I click over here, navigator right now is all empty because there is nothing imported right now, okay? After that we have catalog, and catalog is basically where you make a collection. So right now this is also empty, and we have here a folder. If I will go to the folder here, you can see that it will show me a search bar. Now inside the folder I have here create new folder. So I can make a folder over here, okay, and I can use like any other folder from the past and use that folder. What are the folders? These are different folders that you can make inside Adobe Lightroom. Suppose you have images from a birthday party, so you can make a folder and rename that yesterday's birthday party, or you can type something like a, maybe you have a folder about convocation or graduation day, so you can make a folder of that name. So just like that, you can have these options here, you can make these folders here. Other than that, we have here collection. If I will click on the collections, these are different collections that you can make inside the Adobe Lightroom, okay? What are the collections? Suppose you have a lot of images, and those images you want to work for your different projects, so you can make a collection of that. Like suppose collection of animal pictures, suppose collection of uh, like portraits. So you can make a collection over here by clicking here, create a collection. You can rename them. Other than that, we have the create smart collection. Smart collection, basically what it is, if you will go in the smart collection, it will show you that the ones which are used in the past months images, video files, 5 stars if you will give stars to your images. So smartly everything goes organized. Now here we have publish services, okay? So that you can upload on or take images from Adobe Stock or Facebook or Flickr. So these are the different things. Now you can see the scroll bar is appearing at this side. Okay. Now, what I need is at this stage is that I want to bring an image inside my Adobe Lightroom. Okay. Now, here it says click import button to begin. If I will click import button, okay, so nothing will happen unless I select any image from here. Okay. Now, once this file will be open, okay, it will show me 3 columns, 1, 2, and 3. The first column is the source from where I'm bringing the images. Then the middle column, what images I want to bring them, and the third column is where I want the images to bring. Okay. Now, what I can do over here is that I have some folders here, like I have the UOB folder and photography folder. I can go, and these are some photographs I have in my folder. Okay. So I can bring some images from here. Okay. For example, if you will, one thing, if you will notice, they all are checked. That means if I will import right now, they all will be imported, but I don't want to import all of them. So what I will do, and in this case, is that I will uncheck this all button, and I will choose the one that I want. Okay, like suppose I want this one. If you will know, the name is CR2. This is a raw file, okay, from Canon. This is a raw file from Nikon. So I will select the raw files. Okay, just two raw files and 2 other files I will bring it up. Okay, like suppose this one maybe, and this is one image. Okay, and some of the other images, if I will go down. Okay, so maybe this is also a raw image. Okay, I will bring this also, and maybe this one. Okay, so that's all. I have selected these images. Okay, now how to see them? You can see them loop view, which will be like this. Okay, and with the scroll bar I can go up and down, or grid view, which is this one. Okay, now where to import them? To import them, what I can do is that I can turn on my smart preview, or like to see how it is importing. Okay, or add to collection I can click. Right now I have only quick collection. Let me make one collection over here, and I will call this collection sample. Okay, and then like where I want this collection to be, I can put this collection in smart collection, which is, as I showed you before, or it will be just a collection on its own, not inside any other collection. Okay, this one set as a target collection, or I can press this one, so that automatically what it will do, it will create a target, like it will move these all files to that like collection automatically. Okay, so I can uncheck it right now. So I have to click manually. Now I have clicked it manually here. Okay, so it will be imported in the sample collection. Otherwise, if I will check that option, automatically it will be imported. But right now I have to select it and press import over here. Okay, now I can add, I can move, I can copy. Okay, or copy as DNG file, which is a Adobe Lightroom file. Copy means what it will do is that it will keep these files inside my FA221 folder, and it will not affect these files. Okay, it will make a copy and move it to a new folder, which is this one, where I can check here. Okay, and let me see here if I can click it. Okay, this is not activated yet, but if you have a folder, if you want to make a like a second copy, then it will be activated. Right now I am using add, so if I will go to copy, then you can see that it will show me this like this one. Okay, or I can go down and I can make a folder somewhere here. Maybe if I want to make a folder on the desktop. Okay, and I can choose any folder on the desktop, or I can make my own folder on the desktop. So it will be inside that folder then. Okay. Or I can make a second copy over here. Move, what it will do is that it will move these files to the folder which I will select, and there will be no they will not be there anymore inside the FA221. Add, what it will do is that it will keep it on their original place and only move add them in the sample. So if I will do the changes, it will do right away in this folder. Okay, and it will not overwrite the original one. It will just make a new copy, but it will be in this folder, and it will be in the collection inside the Adobe Lightroom. Okay, in the Adobe Lightroom it will be only in the collection, but here it will be in the in the original one. Now what I will do here is that once I am done with this part, I have selected my file, I have selected my collection. I'm not importing inside any like a folder which is because I'm not copying anything, I'm just adding. Plus, don't import suspected duplicates. Suppose if there are 2 or 3 files, okay, so it will only import one out of them, not the duplicate. Suppose if I have this file already in my sample collection, so it will not import this one, only those that are different. So that is a good thing about that. Okay, so once I'm done with this, I will just press import button. Okay. So now you can notice that it is already imported inside here. You can see number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images I have imported. I'm still in the library right now, and where it has been imported, it has been imported in my collections, like sample collections. Okay, you can see it says 6. That means 6 files are imported over here. Now this is the navigator which is now turned on. If I go to any of these images, you can see that they are showing here. Now, raw images file will have this kind of icon. This means that it's a raw file and it can be changed, okay, without affecting any quality. That's why raw, whenever you take photographs, you have to take raw so that you can easily change them. These you can also change them. These are not raw, but the quality will be not as same as raw, because raw is a non-destructive quality, means like it will stay as it is. There will be no overexposure, underexposure if you are controlling any kind of exposure. So we'll see that one here inside Lightroom. What do we mean by that? Now let's see what are activated here. First of all, the things that were not activated. Catalog is the same as it is, so I close this one. Folders, it will show me from where it is coming. It is coming from this folder. It is showing me the actual folder. If I will click over here or here, because they all are coming from same folder, so it's not changing. Otherwise it will show you from which folder it's coming. Okay, so I will close this one as well. Now collection, where it has been moved to sample. So I have a collection called sample and it will be inside the sample. So I will close both of them. And always keep those options open that you are using. Okay, don't keep it all of them open at the same time, otherwise you will get confused. Or because if you're working like for the first time, then you're not supposed to do this. Okay, then you're not supposed to open this. If you're expert, you know how it works and you have been working on it for a couple of times, so then you can keep it open, because you know how what you're doing. But when you're new to the application, you might get confused, because when everything is uncollapsed or open, what it do is that it creates a distraction, because it seems like there are so many options and you cannot control them. So that's one thing that happens when you're working for the first time. So always keep it closed for the first time. But when you get expert on it, then it's up to you if you want to open it or not. Now here on this side we have like before going there, let's see what we have down here. We have a strip of images that we have brought inside, and this will be always there. Okay, no matter what options you will be choosing here, it will be always there. It will not go away. Now here you will see how to see the images. Grid view, or like this one is like loop view. What it do is that you can just go back and forth with your scroll mouse button. Okay, it allows you to flip the image or crop the image as well. Okay, so if I click on this, this says draw face region. So if I click on it, okay, so you can select the face region, and just to show you who is this person. Okay, I can type here, his name is Hussein. So I will type here Hussein and press enter. So what will happen next time when I will have this image, it will automatically recognize this. Oh, this is Hussein's image. Or if I want to search on my computer, Hussein images. So it will bring all the images that are Hussein's images. So this is how you can create a database. But for this reason, I will delete it right now. Okay. Here I have compare view. What it do is that it can compare two or different images. Okay, like suppose if I want the main image here and then other images here, so just like that I can compare two different images at the same time. After that I have here survey view. Okay, survey view is basically image survey, or like just to see what images do we have here on the scene. Then we have here people. Now people, because as I told you that if you go here, okay, and name any person, so in the people view, what it will do is that it will bring up the name, and you can type the name over here. Suppose here, start finding faces in the catalog. So you can type the name over there, and it will bring the like person image over there. Okay, as I don't have it right now, it will not show me. I will simply go back to my normal grid view. Now let's come over here. Now here you have also, okay, one more thing, here you have filters here. So you can filter out that, okay, I want to see the camera info images, I want exposure info of the images. So you can use any one of these. So if I can go to camera info, so it will show me the camera info of the whole images. Like this one, if I click on it, it will show me which camera has been used here. Okay, so just like that. Now suppose if I want camera here, let's see, D40. This is photo taken by D40. Canon, this is image taken by Canon. This one is taken by 1110. This is Coolpix. Coolpix is basically like a Samsung's camera, which is a small camera actually, or like a you can say that cyber shot webcam is like sort of camera. Okay, so all this automatically it tells us. Okay, now if I will go to all, it will show me now, show the images that are focal length between 18 and 55. So this is 55 and 200. This is the only one. Then 1855, 1855 with this ISO, with this ISO. Okay, then let me go over here. Now it will show me the focal lengths like exact focal 8.2, 18, 20 mm, 28 mm, and just like this. Okay, let me go back to all. Now flash, did fire means the images that are using flash. So this image you can see is using flash. Did not fire, these are the images without the flash. Okay, so I will go with all of it. So this is how you can make different kind of like filter here. Okay, location columns you can add here. Okay, what is the location? If you are taking the images with the camera that have locations, okay, like setup, like you know, some of the cameras like our mobile phones have locations, and you can search with the, suppose I have here something like a geographical location. If I will go to any place like the Paris, so my mobile's location will change to Paris. So those it will show here, and right now none of them is using that, so it's not working like fine over here. So what I will do here is that I will just press filter off. I don't want any filters. Okay. So everything is clear. Anyone who have questions at this, shall we move forward? Okay, so let's move forward now. Okay, so now once we have all our images ready here, and how we can see these images on how we can work on these images, how it will work, so we'll see now. Okay, so everything is now imported, everything here we have. Now let's go one by one to these options here. First of all, we have here histogram. Okay, now what is a histogram? Histogram, basically, if I will click on it, it will show me something like this on the screen. Okay, now what is this? This is showing me any image that I click, it's histogram. Okay, just like like we studied in the class, the colors information. Okay, so this is very helpful when we are adjusting our images, when we are editing our images at that time. Now quick develop if you want a quick effect to apply. So here you have, but I don't want you to apply any quick effect. We will move to precise detailed effects. Okay, now here I have keywording. Let's see if any image have keywords. No keywords are here. Basically, what are keywords? If I will go to this image, okay, and here is the keywords here. Like there is no keywords right now, so I can go here and I can type cups. Okay, and then cup will be added here. Then I can type here the colorful mugs. Okay, colorful mugs will be here. So what it is doing is that it is adding a keyword here, and when I will save this image, okay, the keyword will be saved, and when I will be uploading this image on internet somewhere, he search colorful mugs, so my image will show up to him. Okay, so for that purpose you can add some keyword as well. Now let's close this keywords here. Now keywords list, we have like all the keywords that we have given to it, like we have colorful mugs, we have cups, okay, and those kind of things. Like these are like basically the list. Okay, like this one is a list. Okay, and to add a keyword, so what we have to do here is that, let me show you around. Let me to move this one. I will keep it cups. Okay, this is a set of keywords, and I will write here the keywords colorful mugs. Okay, then comma, then cups, whatever, and then I can enter it, and then there will be, can add the keywords basically. So it's good for internet purposes and for like search purposes. Okay, now we have here metadata. Now metadata is what it contains all the information of your camera. Okay, like this, the name of the file is this. Okay, and by whom it was taken, when it was taken, that's not written here because nobody has given that information here, but you can write it over here. Let's see if some image have that information. Okay, none of the image have information here. So, but you can give the title, you can give the caption. So if it is uploaded somewhere, everyone knows what the information is and from where it's coming. Especially if you will see here when it was taken. This was taken at 8:48 p.m. and was taken on January 7, 2010. Okay, this is the size of the file. Okay, this is the exposure used. All the details are given here. If you will check this one, this was like this is the size. Okay, this is the exposure, and it was taken on April 22, 2018, and this is the file time when it was taken. Okay, so these are different kind of files information you can get from. Now we are done with the metadata. Then we have comments. Each image can have some comments. If you are working in a team and you want to show it to your friends, or you want to send it to them, so you can add some comments over here. Okay, and then when he's opening and when he's taking the images and everything, so he will notice that Okay, there are some comments, maybe useful comments you have there, like don't change the purple color. So he will open it, so he will, first thing he will see is that a purple color, don't change purple color. So he will keep in mind that he will edit it, but okay, clear so far this part. Now let's move to the develop. Now what is the develop? Develop is basically, once you have your image imported, the next thing you will do is to edit these images. Now editing the images can be only done in the develop part. So develop is basically just like in the older times, whenever you want to develop a film, the older cameras which comes with the reel. So you take the pictures and you take the reel to the shop, to developing studio. So they usually develop the film for you and they give you the photograph. Same thing over here is the develop, here. Okay, so you take the photographs, you take them in the develop, and then you develop the image, you edit them basically. So if I will click over here, I will move to the develop part, and down you can see that I have all these images, and I can choose any image that I want and I can start editing them. Let's go first here and see what do we have here. Okay, here always it will be the same. As you see here, is the same. Okay, so one thing over here, like few things over here are different. Like you have here, sorry, one thing is only two things are same: collections and navigator. Rest are a little different. Presets. What are presets? If you will go to the preset, these are ready-made effects. First of all, navigator is what is the same thing, and collection is the same that we have over in the library. But presets and snapshots and history are a little different. Now in presets we have color. Okay, so if I will go to the color presets, I have natural. If I will click over here, the image will become natural. Okay, if I have bright, image will become bright. I have for high contrast, it will have high contrast. So I have these kind of effects over here. Okay, so I can if I don't want this, I can press reset, all will be gone. Okay, now here I have creative. In the creative I have these kind, instead of clicking, you can roll over to see how it will look like. Okay, so I'm just rolling over it, and it is showing me how it will look like if I will apply this effect. Okay, and then I have black and white, then I have curves, different kind of curves I have. Okay, then grain effects I have, sharpening, how I want it to sharp. Vignette is for the basically you can say like surrounding, like corners. It will make the corners a little bit darker, so your focus will be in the middle of the image. Okay, user presets if you have made your own. Now snapshots, basically what if you do any kind of editing over here, so you can take a snapshot of it. Okay, and that snapshot will be saved over here. Suppose you have taken snapshot at one stage, it will be saved. 2-3 effects you have done, and for every image you will take a snapshot maybe, and you will put it here. In the end, then you will go here and check, okay, this is good, this is good, what this is bad, this is bad. So you can go back and forth to your different style. Like suppose I will go here, I will go to curve, I will add cross poses, this one. Okay, and then I will go to vignette, and I want a heavy vignette. Okay, now I like this one. So what I can do, I can go into snapshot and press a snapshot. That will give me the name. Maybe I will write here cross process. Okay, and create. Now cross process is here as a snapshot. Okay, now if I don't want this one, I can reset this. Okay, and I can go and choose some different one, maybe lift shadows. Okay, and maybe black and white. Now I like this one, so what I will do, I will make another, and BW black and white. Okay, so I have different snapshots here. So if I want to go back to this one, I can go back to this one. If I want to go to this one, I can go to this one. So you can make your different snapshots here by changing here or changing here. So this will be easier for you. Suppose sometimes what happens is that you have applied 10 or 15 different kind of effects on it, but you want to see what if I add something else, but that something else can ruin your image. So it's better you can take a snapshot at that time, rename it, and then start applying whatever effect you want. If that image is not good, you can go back to your snapshot, but just clicking over it. Okay, like suppose I want to go back to the cross process. I don't like my black and white, so I can just click on the cross process and I will be back to the cross process. Okay, but I will reset this by clicking down here. Okay, now history, whatever you have done so far. Okay, so I have done so many changes over here, and I can go back to the and undo it, just like in Photoshop you have the history. Suppose I have made imported, and I can go back. I have applied this one. I have applied snapshot. I made snapshot. I don't want anything. I will go back to everything. Now my snapshot will be there, but the history I have gone back. Collections, same collections it will give me. Now this is what you have at this stage. Now let me do one thing. Let me go to cross process just for a while, just to show you something here. And I have here like copy and paste. What is the copy and paste? The effect that I have here, I want to copy this one and paste on some other effect. Like suppose if I create copy. Okay, right now I have not applied so many things. Okay, but still I will press copy, and maybe I want to apply on this one. So if I will go to paste, it will apply the same effect over here. Okay, but I don't want that. I will just click reset. Okay, let's go back here. Now I have this this cross process which I added and the vignette effect, and now I want to compare that. Okay, so I will go here and RA, okay, and it will show me the one which is A and this is R. So I can click any one of this and drag it over here. Okay, maybe I will take this one and drag it, but this is the same. Okay, maybe I will take this one and drag it. Yeah, now it will compare. I can compare two images. So for comparison purposes, this is good. Now I have here the way to see it, top or bottom or left or right. Usually left or right is good. Now Y and Y. Okay, this is a cycle between before and after. Now this is before, this is after. Okay, so what I can do, I can click over here, and what it will do is that it will show me the before here, the after there. If I click over here, it will show me the other. I don't know why it's got changed. Okay, let me keep this. Okay, yeah, now it's fine. So now you can see before and then after. If I will go to like this one, what it will do is it will copy the before to the after, or this one will copy the after to the before, or it can swap. This will go here and this will go over there. Now if I will click back to the cycle layers before here, I have the before after right split. When I click over here, so I have this kind of a split bar. This split bar in the middle will show me like split between these two, and I have top and bottom here and split top and bottom. Okay, but I don't want this. I want this to be my local view. Okay, now spot proofing is basically what, if you click on it, it will make your background little bit brighter. Okay, so you know how it will look like on a bright background. So for that purpose, you can turn on the spot proofing. Okay, clear everyone? Any questions so far you have? Okay, now let's go to the real thing now, which is starting from here. But before doing that, let me press the reset button to get back everything normal. Now here we have histogram. If I will go to the histogram here, you will see that I have this histogram, and if I will roll over my mouse over it, it shows me different phases of the histogram. Okay, like this one shows me the black. This one is shadows. This one is exposure. This one is highlight, and this one is white. Okay, I can go to any part of this histogram and I can start dragging left or right. If I'll do the dragging left or right, it will affect that. Like suppose blacks. If I want to affect the blacks on my image to increase or decrease, so I can go to the black part, click on it and drag it left or right. So, and you can see that that black is increasing or decreasing. Okay. Or if you want to reset it, just double click. If you want to reset any of option, you can double click. This reset will actually reset whatever you have done so far. But this will, but double click on any one of these will only reset the recently applied thing. Now shadows. If I can increase the shadow, or I can decrease the shadow, I can increase the shadow. Okay. But if I don't want that, I can double click here. It will reset. Now exposure. Okay, I can go all the way here. I can go all the way there for exposure. Okay, so but as you know that we have studied that everything should be in the middle area. So maybe in the middle somewhere here will be nice. Now here I have my highlights. If I decrease it, there will be no highlight. If I increase it, there will be a lot of highlight. Okay, this is whites to increase the whites in the image. Okay. Now here you will see it's a clipping. Okay, now this one is for shadow clipping. This one is the highlight clipping. Now let's as I told you before, that it's always better to use raw images to edit. Why? Because raw images will always give you a better understanding of your image. Like suppose if I will go here, use like show shadow. Okay, another thing is that raw images holds a lot of information, a lot of color information, a lot of high like dynamic range. It have every like all kind of lens information. So if you will edit them, you will actually it will be like you are editing on your camera itself. Okay, so I have this shadow now like kind of clipping on. You can see that. Now if I will go to the shadow, okay, or maybe if I go in the middle and drag it all over here, so you can see now whatever is the shadow, if it is more like going off or I'm not getting any shadow, or at time clipping, that will turn into blue. So you can see it is turning blue because my shadow clip is on. So let's go back to where it was. Now I will turn this off, the shadow clipping, and I will turn on the highlight clipping, and highlight clipping is in the red color. If I go in the middle and go all the way here, so whatever is highly exposed or there is no highlight information anymore over here will turn red. So this means I cannot go beyond this. So I have to be less than here. Okay, so I have to come back somewhere here and make sure that highlight is not showing. Okay, so that's what it helps you. Okay, this helps you to avoid shadow clipping. This will avoid you highlight clipping. Okay, so that's how the histogram actually helps you. And if you want to see the original image, you can click over here. Okay, it will just ask you to build a smart preview. You can make a smart preview. Okay, so smart preview is being made. If I can uncheck it, okay, so it will be gone. So you can check or uncheck the original image, but for that you have to make a smart preview. But let's forget about that right now. Okay, now here we have crop overlay. Now if I click on the crop overlay, it will give me this image to crop it. Plus this will help you to have a rule of third. Okay, now this image is not following a rule of third. So if I will go to this image, okay, this image is following rule of third because you can see that this part is over here. Okay, now rule of third can be changed to anything else. Like if I press O on my keyboard, and you can see it has become diagonal. So I can keep on pressing O to get these kind of different options. Okay, and this will help me to guess where I am. This is a very nice composition. You can see on this, it's also working fine. Okay, now golden spiral rule, you can see that golden spiral is here. Okay, the golden ratio. Okay, so if I can press here, or it will keep on giving me that, like this option. So this one is not following like golden ratio, but rule of thirds is following. Let's see this one. This is following. You can see golden ratio. Everything is placed in this the golden ratio. I can turn this off anytime I want. Okay, let's go back here because as oops. Now here I have spot removal tool, which we'll be doing, which we will cover in the later classes, not right now. Okay, red eye correction. Red eye correction usually nowadays we don't get it because of the new flash technology that we have. But in the older cameras, the flash were so sharp and harsh that it creates an effect of red eyes. Okay, so whenever a person like photograph he takes, his eyes become reddish. Okay, so to avoid that, you were supposed to use this image. But right now, suppose if we have image of him, and if we zoom him, you don't see any red eye over here. But if he have red eye, I can click over here. Okay, and then I can choose the eye, like suppose here. Okay, be sure to use an exact use an area that includes the entire eye. So this is the entire eye area, I think. Okay, you have to click and drag basically. Okay, I think there is no red eye, that's why it's not like there is, it cannot find the red eye. Okay, so because he don't have red eye, but if he, so then you can easily use this one. Okay, now here we have basically uh, a tool called graduate filter. Now let's see what is a graduate filter here. Let me fit this image back. Okay, now graduate filter is basically any effect that you apply over here, it will be like gradually applied. So I don't want to use any one of these right now. Otherwise you will get confused. These we will do in the later classes. Okay, so let's go back here. Yeah. Okay, now let's go to the basic one. Let me go back to this image and let's go to the basics. Okay, now basic is the basic setting of your Adobe Lightroom. Now here the first thing that you will see is the treatment. The first thing in the treatment is what kind of treatment you want. Is it a color image or is it a black and white image? If I will click on black and white, it will become black and white. Color, so it will give me color. So if this is a color image, I will keep it color. Now profile, what kind of colors you want? Adobe color or a specific camera color? So I can say, okay, I want Adobe color or Adobe Vivid, okay, or Adobe landscape. So I'm more interested in Adobe Vivid because I like the vivid color. This image, like camera matching or others, so different kind of whatever you will whatever you were applying over there. Okay, it's the same thing, but here it is giving you thumbnail, so you know how it will look like once you apply it. Okay, so I will close this, go back here. So this will give you a gallery, or it will give you just a grid view of different kind of profiles. Now here we have white balance. Now white balance is basically sometimes what happens, you take an image under a different sort of light. Like suppose, let's see this one. Okay, now here this image was taken under yellow light, so everything seems yellow. This is not the original color. What if I want to change this? So suppose this part over here in the image was part, So it have to search the white part here. Now I don't know which part was the white part. I'm assuming this is the white part. So I can take the white balance selector, click over here, and as soon as I will click it, and it will change it to completely different thing. Now if I will go here before and after, okay, so you can see that how it was before and how it is after. Okay, let's do one thing here. Let's close this, reset this, and let's see how else we can change this one. This was with the help of the dropper. You can take the dropper, you can click anywhere wherever you feel the white color was there. But if you are not aware, or if you don't know really that if there is any white color or not, there is an option here which is called like a white balance automatic approach. If you go here, there is an as shot and there is auto. If you will go to auto, so it will automatically it will change it. But usually sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It made it something like this, which I think is not right. Okay. Other is the custom. Custom, you can change your own like through this. So for with the custom, what you do is that you just go here and you can change these tint, all these things, okay, and then it will be changed accordingly. But for me, what I prefer is that you have to assume, or you have to guess where is the white color. If you can really guess and take this, okay, and choose the white, you can see how it will look like. This is the navigator. Okay, so just roam around and see where you feel the image looks kind of good. Okay, so for me, I think this part is good. If I click here, so you can see that I have this the whole image over here. Okay, now once I'm done with the white balance, the next thing here is the tone. Okay, now every image have a tone, and where I can see the tone, it's showing the tone over here. First thing, exposure. This is the middle part, is the exposure. I can control from here, okay, or I can go here and change it. So it's the same thing. Suppose I don't want this effect, I can double click here and it will reset. Contrast, to increase or decrease the contrast in the image. Okay, highlight, to add highlight, to remove highlight, to add shadows, remove shadows. And you can see there is a lot of noise in this image. The reason is that because there is no proper there is no proper information, because this image is a JPEG image. Okay, it's not a image just like this one. Okay, let's go to some other image and check here. Now we are in this image. This is quite a good quality. Okay, it's a raw image, and let's see here. Let's do white balance here. I think this is the white color, or like which I feel is the strong white color in the image. If I go here and click it, this is the real image, how it's supposed to be look like. Okay, so that's a good way to do that. If I reset it and go here, I have here more options here. Can you see that? If I will go to this image and reset it and do the white balance, I don't have those options. But here I have these options. Can anyone tell me why do I have these options in this image? Okay, for the white balance shot, but why do I don't have here? What could be the reason? Can anyone guess about that? Well, the reason is that this image, the one that we are looking, where we have a lot of options, is what? It's a raw image. So if you have a raw image, you will get more options, because raw image holds more information. This image is not a raw image, it's a JPEG. So that's why there is not a lot of information here. So that's why it's recommended to use raw images, so you can get more options. Okay. So if I will go here in the white balance, now I have auto. Okay. So you can see auto is almost same. Let me reset then. I will do it. You like a white light, or I have taken it with the flash. Okay. Or custom. So I will reset this one. The best thing to do is that take the white balance, choose the white color here. Whenever you're taking an image, always try to do one thing. Put something white in your image, so the later on when you're doing editing on the Adobe like Lightroom, So what you can do is that at least you can just right away click on that. Okay, so when you will right away click on that white color, automatically everything will be done. Now here I think exposure will not be overexposed, as this is a raw image. The quality will be much better. You can see that. Okay, so I can change any quality here and you can see what is happening there. So it is better always. Okay, yeah, it's always better to keep the exposure in the like everything in the middle, most of the time in the middle. Contrast, if I increase it or decrease it, I think the best will be like this. Highlight, don't increase it too much or decrease it too much. Okay, so at least don't increase too much, otherwise what will happen is that if I will move over here, the red will start flipping. Let me check. So if I'm going away, now I can start seeing red. So this is my limit. I'm crossing my limit, which I actually don't want. Okay, which I will reset here and bring it back this side. And now you can see there is no clipping. This is good. I want the result to be more brighter and also maybe a little bit contrast. I can add it. Shadow, I want more shadow maybe, or like less shadow or more shadow. More shadow will make it brighter, so I think I'm good with the shadow. I can add more whites to make it a little brighter, so this is fine, and a little black to give a punch. Okay, but you can see that when I added white, there are some like clipping going on here. So this is how the clipping will help me. So I will turn on both clipping. This has been turned into blue. That means I have too much black. Okay, so I will reduce the black. Otherwise, if I okay, so this is actually the same as histogram. Now presence, the presentation of your image. Now presentation of your image have here these options. Texture. Now what is texture? Texture is basically, suppose here I have a good texture, okay, fur texture, and you can see now here, can you see these red dots? This means my highlights are too strong, so I have to reduce the highlight in order to reduce it. Oops, maybe white. Okay, now I don't have white. Now it's fine. Okay, now you can see that like there is a lot of textures going on here. Texture on the walls, texture on this, okay, texture on everything here I have. So what I can do here is I can, if I will increase the texture, just let me zoom again. So just notice if I increase the texture, you can see the texture is becoming more popped. Okay, let me close these. If I decrease it, it will become softer. I cannot see the texture at all. But if I increase it, it will become more popped. Don't increase it more, you will get more noise if you will increase it. Now here, clarity. Suppose sometimes your image is very blurry, so you don't see it clearly. If I increase the clarity, okay, let me check. So without clarity, increased or decreased, if I increase it, so you can see that it's more popping up, okay, something like this. Or if I decrease it, it will become more blurry, the clarity will be gone. So you can make it clear, but not too much, otherwise it will not look good. Now we have dehaze. Now what is the dehaze? Dehaze is something that is used to remove the haze from your image. What is the haze? Haze is like if you are taking in a light and there is a light bleed on your image, like light is all over there, or it is blurring your image. Okay, that is called the hazing. Okay, so let me show you some example. Okay, now if you will see here, this image, you will see it looks like washed out. Okay, it's all washed out. Why? Because there is a haze in your image. So sometimes when you take photograph and your finger is maybe on the camera flash, so you get this kind of haze effect. Okay, so if you have something like this kind of effect, what the dehaze will do, it will remove this effect. Sometimes you add it for artistic purposes, but sometimes it is overdone. Okay, so that's what the haze is. Right now I don't have any haze, so it will not give me any change if I will increase it. Okay, it will make it more worse, or if I will decrease it, it will give me haze. Now you can see I have more haze. Okay, so I can go anywhere, like less or more. Now next option here we have is the vibrance and saturation. Now, what is the vibrance? Vibrance is the vibrant, like vibes of the color, like vibrant color, like very shocking, or you can say energetic colors. It gives the energy or vibrance to the color. If I increase it, just notice all these colors. It's a very colorful image. If I increase it, you can see that the amount of the colors is also increasing. Okay, but it's too much. Maybe I can increase this. The best way, and what is the saturation amount of the color? So let me reset this. Now if I use saturation, you can see the amount of the color has been applied. So there is a difference between vibrance. Vibrance, what it will do is it will not increase the amount of the color, but it will make the color more energetic. So to work in the balanced form, what you can do is that you can increase your vibrance and decrease your saturation. This is how you will get nice looking colors. Okay, but in this case I will remove both of them. So this is the basic. Now here next we have is the tone and curve. Okay, now what is the tone of the image basically, and what is the tone? Highlights, lights, dark, shadows. These are the tones. Okay, like brighter parts of your image, light parts of your image, darker parts of your image. Okay, and the more darker, which is shadow of the image. So these we can change from here. Okay, I have highlights, and you can change it in this form, like in the form of a curve, or you can like play with these like settings. Like suppose if I want to reduce the curves of the highlight, I can go here and you can see that it's making curve here. Okay, or I can increase it. Okay, so it's up to you how if you want to increase or decrease. Lights, if you're using lights in your scene, so it can increase or decrease the amount of those particular lights if the image is raw. Okay, so this image is raw, so that's why I'm able to get this effect. Dark parts where you have less lights, so if you can increase, you can increase that dark part, or decrease it, so you can bring the color back. Shadows, as you all know about the shadows, so if I reduce it, you can see the shadow, all the shadows are being faded out. If I would decrease it, so you can see more shadows are popping in. Okay, so this is how you can work with the like tones. Okay, now what I can do is that I can double click each one of this to reset, and I can work here like separately. Okay, now let's do one thing. Like I can go here, decrease it or increase it. Okay, from here as well. And once you once you will come here, you can see how it's changed. Reset that, and directly over the image I can do that. And there is a different kind of like presets of here: medium, strong, linear. Okay, and then if you want to add some point, you can add it like this. Okay, and then you can move it up or down. So this is the same way you can do that, but I want it to be linear. I don't want to change this. Now one more thing here is, if I will take this option, this adjust point curve by dragging in the photo. What it do is that if I click it here, you can see that it's showing me to place something. Now what does it do? Suppose I want this curve effect to be less or more applied on the red, this Santa Claus head. I can click over here and I can drag or drop. So what will happen according to that part, it will take the information and it will try to adjust all the other parts. Now suppose I want to adjust through this, so I can click and drag here. Okay, so what will happen, notice how it is taking this as a role model and changing the others. So this is how also you can do some changes. Okay, so I can double click here to remove all these which I added. So everything will be going back to normal. Okay. Now suppose I want to only work on particular colors. So I can go in the channels. I have red, green and blue. All the photographs have three channels, red, green and blue. Suppose if I want to bring up this red color more on the top. So I can go to the red. You can see that red is here. I can go add and decrease the red. So it will only affect the red of my image wherever I have this. But I'll double click here. I don't want to change this. So this is the tone curve, basically playing with your light, your darkness, your shadows and your brightness in your image. Now next here we have two options, HSL and hue saturation. Oh sorry, and the color. HSL is hue saturation and luminance. Then you have color, okay, which is only the color. Now in HSL we have hue, we have saturation, we have luminance, we have all. If I click on all, it will show me all of them at once. Okay. Now let's see what is hue. Let's click on hue. Hue is the color basically. Okay, the color. Any color in your image is known as hue. I have red. Now red hue. So right now I'm in the middle, means like this is a red. If I will increase or decrease this, okay. So what will happen? The red will start changing. Wherever the red is in the image will start changing to some other color. Okay, like suppose if I change this to purplish, you will see that all the reds are now purplish. Okay, if I move to this side, so it will change to some other color. So I can move between back and forth and it will be changed. And what color will change? Only the red. The rest will stay as it is. Same thing I can do with the orange. Okay, so there is a little orange back, a little orange on the gift. Now let's see green. I have this green only. If I change the green, so you can see that green is changing to something else. Okay. Now there's purple here also, so let's see what the purple will do, or magenta. So it will change this purple. You can now it is red. Okay. So this is the hue. Hue is all about the colors that we have. If you want to change the colors, now I can go to saturation. Saturation is the amount of color. Suppose I don't want this red to be there. I want all the red to be black and white. So what I can do, I can reduce the saturation of this red color. Wherever there is red, it will become black and white. If I will go completely to the zero value, now you can see there is no red here, no red here. Some other objects also had red, which is now removed. I can double click that to reset it. Now, other thing I can do here, I can increase this red. If I will increase, so wherever there is red, now you can see it became more stronger. So I can change or I can decrease. Like suppose yellow, if I will decrease, that yellow whatever was there behind is now completely gone. It's white because I reduce its opacity. Oh sorry, saturation. Okay, so this is how you can also do the changes here. Okay, and blue, I want to pop it more. I can increase here. So these all blue will be popping more. Okay, now let's go to luminance. Luminance is about the light, the brightness. Suppose I have red color here. I want this red color to be darker. So I will go here, reduce it so it will become darker, or brighter. So I will increase it. So now it is more brighter. Okay, something with the yellow. Okay, so this is how you can do some kind of changes. All what it will do is that it will show me all the colors that I have been like all these options which I was showing you around. Now this was the HSL, which is the hue, saturation and luminance. What I can else do is that I can go to color option. If I will go to the color option, it will give me each color option separately. Okay, it will give me a red color option. Click on red, so it will only give me the red option. So I can change the red color. Okay, just like that, but here it's based on color, there it is based on hue, saturation and luminance. Okay, now saturation of this color I can increase it, and luminance I can increase more or less. So it's the same thing, but in a different way it is written here. Okay, so I can reset the whole thing. So this was basically the tone, the color and HSL. Okay, next we have here is the split toning. Okay, now split toning is what split, like there are different kind of tones, as I told you before, like in the tone curve I showed you some tones, shadow, I give you highlights, I give you others. Okay, so once you change them, your image will be changed, can be changed due to that. So in split toning, what happens in the split tonings, it gives you a split between highlight and shadow, and you can balance between them. Suppose I want the highlights to be more, let me increase it, not reddish or yellowish. So if I go here now, all the highlights, wherever I have the highlights, have become reddish, or I can move that this. So this is only affecting my highlights. Okay, reduce or increase to you. Now shadows, I want maybe blue shadows. I don't want black shadows. I can go to blue shadows. I can increase the saturation or decrease it up to you. So you can see how a nice color is working out. Now if you want to balance between these two, so there is a balance here. I can go back and forth to see what kind of result I'm looking for. Okay, so maybe this is good, so I will keep it as it is. Okay, clear so far everyone? So this is the split toning. It's good for what? For the cross processing. So you can use for cross processing, and you can use these colors here and choose whatever color you want, and that can affect those colors as well. Suppose blue, and then I can change the blue here to something else. Okay. Now if you want to hide any one of these effects, you can click on this button. What it will do is that it will hide that effect. Okay. Now you can see before and after. Oops, sorry. This one, how it was before and how it is after. This is how it will show you in every part. Now detail. Detail, what it will do is that if I click on the detail, it will give me the detail about my image. Okay. Now this part is basically here somewhere. So if I will move to some other parts, yeah. Okay, this part. So now I can sharpen this, so it will become more sharper. Just notice here. But as more I will sharpen it, it can cause some artifacts. Okay, I will keep it very less. How big you want the sharp result to be, you can keep that detail if you want, less or more. Masking, right now we don't have any masking, but we can apply that. So detail will help you to do that. Now noise reduction. What is the noise reduction? Sometimes what happens when we take picture, we have noise. You can see that how much noise this image has. This small dots, grains, that's the noise. So if I can increase this and do some changes here, I will start reducing noise. Now you can see that there is no noise. There is, but not too much. Okay. And contrast, like the color. Okay, like suppose if you have color noise, you can remove the color noise from here, and now you can see clearly there is no noise. Okay, so this is how it will look like. Let's see. Okay, so no noise anymore, it's now soft. Even if I go to fill or if I zoom in, you don't see any noise here. Okay, now detail. Oh sorry, a detail we have done. Now let's go to the lens correction. Okay, Now, lens correction is a quite interesting part over here. It works very quickly if you have if you're bringing the raw image. Right now, this image is a raw image, so it will become easier for me to work on. If you will see here, I have profile and then I have manual. I can do the manual correction, like lens correction or profile. In the profile, I can enable profile correction. When I turn it on, automatically you will see that it will show me which camera I have used and what options I have used here. Okay, so setup auto I can use here, so automatically it will change it. If like there is a backslash on your keyboard, if you press the backslash, you can see before and after. So before and after, you can easily see that. Okay, or you can click here for that purpose. Okay, now this is if you are doing the distortion, like lens profiling automatically. If you don't want automatic, you have here distortion. Okay, you can increase or decrease from here. Okay, it's not affecting too much. Now vignette, what it is the darkness of your border of your image border. If I will decrease it, it will become brighter, or if I will increase it, it will become more darker. Okay, so I don't want to apply automatic one, I want manual color correction. I will go to manual so you can see the result. The distortion, if I can increase or decrease, you can see it is more harsh. There it wasn't harsh. Okay, defringe means like there will be a little bit like defringing on your borders of every part here. That you can remove from the defringing. Okay, but we'll keep it as it is. I will not change anything. Now vignette effect. If I will change the vignette more, so you can see it's becoming whiter, brighter from the corners. If I will decrease it, it will become darker. Okay, so maybe if I will decrease too much, so it will be more value. Now midpoint, what it is that it pushes to the middle value. If I increase it, it will start going to the middle. So you have to balance between these 2 points. So now it's fine. Okay, so this is what the lens correction will do. Now let's go to the next one, which is basically transform. If I will go to the transform, this is only about the image positioning. Okay, like how much I want it to be on the vertical side, so it will transport the vertical. Okay, so but I don't want that. Horizontal, how much I want to scale it up horizontally, will be like this. Rotate, it will rotate the image. If like rotation, you have to use rotation, so it's much more better to use the rotation. Sometimes maybe your camera is being rotated while you are taking photographs, so it's better to use rotation to fix this. Okay, now I can use constraint crop. What it do is that, suppose if I'm rotating, so I can fix these areas. Okay, now you can see this is all automatically removed. Okay, if it is not turned on, then I will be looking at those parts. Okay, so basically this is like scaling the image, making it smaller or bigger. Okay, or offsetting, maybe moving it left or right. Okay, that's all what I do, the transformation as its name is given. And now here I have auto, I have guided. Okay, vertical. So if I go to guided, it will give me guides while I'm like working on, like, am I doing it right, am I doing it wrong. Okay, and here is your cropping area, so you can click here or there. Okay, so suppose if I click here, so now it will give me these options, and this will become like my guide, like guideline. Right? According to that, it will work. Okay. Now here, after that, I have effects. Now effects basically gives you different kind of effects here. Okay. First effect it gives you is the post cropping vignette, like the one that I've used. But what if you have effect later on? Okay. Let me delete this from here. Okay, that's fine. Now, the first here I have post crop vignetting. Post crop vignetting is once you have your final image and then you want to apply a vignette like the darker border. It's for that purpose. Almost the same, but you can see the result is a little different. You have more round shape. So once you have more round shape, you will be able to control it more. So I have applied this in the midpoint. Midpoint is the middle point here. How much you want to move the middle point? More inwards, more outward, up to you. Okay. How round you want your like corners. I don't want it to be more round. I can decrease it to become squarish, or I want it to be like a circle, so I will increase it. How much feather, how soft you want it to be. I can increase it, become more softer or more darker like this. Okay, more harder and then more softer. Highlights, how much highlights you want to add. So at this stage, and I don't think in my here it might work. No, it is too strong. I can increase it so it will look better. Okay, so you can see that before and after, before and after. So there is a good change here. Now I will go to the last one, the calibration. Calibration is basically if your image is not rightly taken, something happened wrong with the camera lens, or you were not able to copy it correctly. So here you can do the like kind of calibration to fix that. Okay, like what kind of like shadows you have used. Okay, what kind of hue you have used. You can do some kind of changes over here. Okay. Okay, so this is what I have applied here. Now same result I can apply and copy it on any other image. Okay, suppose I like this and I can copy on any other image. Let's go to this image and let's apply some like like correction over here. Let's first go to the basic one. So once I will go to the basic, here the first thing I need to do is that I have to choose the treatment. I wanted to color treatment. Now white. I think this part is white of the book, so I can take this, click over here, and not so much change because I think, or maybe this one. There is not a lot of change because I believe that it's already been like fixed. Okay, so I can use auto here at this stage. Now, how I want the exposure to be, and you can see that exposure is too much. It's going towards to the black side. It's going towards to the left side. So what I can do is that I can go here in the exposure up or here and try to bring it in the center. Okay, now here it is good. Contrast I can increase more, so I can have some black highlights. Then I can reduce some highlights from there so I do not have clipping. And also the shadow I can slightly decrease it. White, I don't want too much white in my image. Black I want a little bit, so it will pop it up. So this is what I have given to it. Okay, now I'll go to the tone curve and RGB for all. Okay, and then I'll use linear here. Okay, and I don't want the point, I want these settings, so I will just click here to get all these back. So highlight, I might not need a lot of highlight, just a little, so for specularity. Now light, I can increase or decrease the light. I can increase a little bit light. Darkness, I can reduce darkness a bit. Shadows also I can reduce a bit, so it will have something, this kind of a change here. Now split toning is done. Now I'll go to the detail here. Now detail, suppose I want to add more sharpness, it was showing me how it will look like if I will do the sharpness here. Okay, so I can increase the sharpness here, radius of the sharpness I increase, or I can just simply change them. Like I don't want this. Now noise reduction I can add. If I will add the noise reduction, you can notice here how the noise is reducing. It's too much. Okay. Let me this. I think this is fine. Okay. Now detail, I can reduce the detail, or I can increase the detail. Up to you. Also with the contrast, that's just fine. Now color lens correction, I can go to profile, enable auto, or disable it because it makes the image too bright. That's fine. Vignette, I will add a little bit. Okay, not too much, a little bit. Okay. And push the midpoint. Transform, I don't want to apply any transform here, effects. And then here I have the vignette. Okay, this is a different sort of vignette. Okay. Increase the feather of the vignette. That's all. Grain you can add to your image, but it will look very noisy. Okay, so this one, if you have seen here, I have not done the HSL here. I'll go to HSL and try to change some of these. Okay, like let's do the saturation. Red, I can increase a little bit more, so you can see red is increasing here as a saturation, which is not right. So I have to reduce a bit. Okay, greenish. Let's go to the green part. So the leaves. So I can increase or decrease, but I can increase for this image to make it a little bit fresh. Blue, there is not too much blue. Maybe some highlights on her glasses. Okay. So now luminance. So I can increase the luminosity of the green, so green will become more brighter. You can see that, but not too bright. I don't want to be too bright. Okay, and then magenta, these flowers. So that's fine. Okay, so if I will see before and after, you can see that not too much of the difference, but still there is some difference here because of the color. Okay, so this is how you can change different kind of images inside the Adobe Lightroom, and we will learn more about the Adobe Lightroom. So what I want you to do is that after the Adobe Lightroom, we will move to the Photoshop. Okay, so you guys can take like a 20 minutes break, and then we will move to Adobe Photoshop. And just like I have introduced you to Adobe Lightroom based on cameras, okay, sorry, like based on photography, I will do the same thing with Adobe Photoshop based on photography. Only things that are related to photography will cover for the Photoshop. Okay, so make sure you go on the Blackboard, and I will send you the link for the next session on the Blackboard. Okay, everyone, so let's meet after 20 minutes.